Hey folks, how's it going there? Daoirí Farrell here, and today I would like to talk to you a little bit about my online concerts that I've been doing on Sundays at 10 p.m. I've been doing them across three social media platforms: um, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube, and I think they've been going really well. So what I'll do is log on at 10 p.m. Irish time, and I'll kind of just sing a few songs for probably around an hour. I'll go into that in more detail down the road a bit. But anyway, getting back to a couple of things that I just wanted to talk to you about in case you were thinking of doing this. It's a great way to get in touch, I suppose, with your audience that you've accumulated from being on the road, I suppose, and just being at normal gigs, if you will. So, as I said, I go across YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook, and I use three different devices. I don't think you can go live on across all three social media platforms on just one device. So I'm lucky enough to have an iPad Pro. Actually, it's a really good one. I got it in the hopes that I might do some Skype lessons, and just it's really handy to bring on the road with you when you are touring and stuff like that. It's great. I love Mac, so that's my thing. You can obviously pick what you like, but anyway, so I spent the money, and I have that, and it's a quality device. So I love video and singing on that. I've also used my phone, and I will take along of Katrina or Kira's phone, the two co-hosts who do the online show with me. They sit on the far side of the cameras, you rarely see them, and they're very happy with that, let me tell you. So again, they've got really, I suppose phones these days, and the videos and the video and photo capability of them are just absolutely fantastic, these smartphones. So that's what I use one of them. So I'll use the iPad for Facebook, because that's the place where I will get most of my traffic, and I will use my phone for Instagram because I'm signed in there all the time, and I can sign in and out either Kira or Katrina's phone for YouTube, and just go live at the same time, exactly 10 o'clock on Sundays, and it's been working out fantastic actually. A lot of the time now you can shoot either Facebook, or you can send YouTube to your TV. So people at home in Newfoundland and Canada and America, all over the bloody world, and Australia, and they're sending their screenshot this to their or what do you call it? They're sending it over to their TV. So yeah, bloody terrible. I don't have a clue what it's called. Anyway, so that's why I go across the three different social media platforms, because you're kind of getting it to more of an audience, I suppose. Another thing that I wanted to talk about was the requests. A lot of people will be writing requests while you are actually singing, and it's very hard for me to see because I'm just looking at three cameras, and the two girls are working socially distanced on the far side of the cameras, really working overtime, trying to keep up with the requests. So something that I figured out, which is a good idea to do, is to maybe send out a post a day or two before the concert, just to say, look, any requests, birthdays, etc., celebrations, I suppose, that you'd like us to celebrate with you, or anybody would like a shout out, just to write it in the comments below, and or else send a private message. And it's been amazing. I mean, I've been getting an awful lot of messages and requests from people, and so what I'll do then is I'll write it down a couple of hours before the actual show happens, and I'll read through it a few times so that it's kind of fluid and it's kind of half in my mind. And then when I go live, then I can just machine gun it out, yeah, hello to this person, hello to that person, happy birthday, sing a few happy birthdays. It's great crack. It's really great laugh, here in the house. And then another thing that I like to do is, I have written down here, keep it interesting. So it's extremely important for me to have a co-host. I'm very lucky to have two, actually, my sister and my beautiful girlfriend Katrina. It's great. Not that Kira's not beautiful, she is, but obviously she is, because she's related to me, I suppose. It's great to have her on board as well. They're really funny, and they do keep me on a tight leash, so that's good. Another thing that I do is I have prizes from time to time. The last couple of weeks it was photographs that my dad had taken and had them framed, and we were doing like we got a competition for the funniest limerick, and would send it off to people. Whoever sent in the funniest limerick last week was haircut. I think or maybe this week is going to be the most funny looking lockdown haircut, something like that. Come up with something. You can come up with a good idea if you sit down and think about it beforehand. Another thing is try and learn some of the requested material if you don't know the songs already. It's a great way to keep yourself occupied, I suppose, during the week as well. I found that I've been learning a pile of songs sitting here, just requests coming in from people saying to me, "Oh, Daoirí, we'd love to hear you sing this song. We'd love to hear your take on that song," and so that's something that I've been trying my best to do as much as I can. Anyway, another thing is I always have a talking point. I love the two of them. I absolutely love them so much. Me two goldfish. They're in the tank here beside you, and it's great because they're just so entertaining. The two of them just kind of swimming around there, eating all the snails and munching away on the plants, and love them. They're great. So it's also, I suppose, the online concerts are a good way to kind of promote maybe your merchandise as well, if you wanted to. I don't say it too often, but it's a good idea to probably mention it, because people want to help, I suppose, in these times, and they want to help out, and they want to still buy our merchandise and stuff like that. So it's a good way to do it. I also do Skype bouzouki and singing lessons as well, so it's a good way to mention. You'll probably have a lot of your bouzouki fans or singing fans listening in, and they might take you up on some of those as well. So another thing that I do, which I'll be doing on this shortly, is put a time limit on the concert. I, for one, don't go over an hour. Try and keep it as close to an hour as I can, because you don't want to bore the head off everybody, I suppose. So I just kind of keep it to an hour. Seems to be works good for me, and people can go to bed then, or get up, and depending on where you are in the world, I suppose, get up and go about their day, I suppose. So another thing that I do is I will try and keep talking down. Don't go on for 10 minutes talking or explaining something. Try and keep it down between songs. Try and do more songs than talking. I suppose pretty much just treat it like as if you were doing a gig in front of actual people. You wouldn't go on talking for 25 minutes between songs, because you'd probably be fired out of the venue, for that. But another thing that I do is I will wear kind of decent clothes. I'll always have a kind of a shirt ironed. I'll iron. I actually iron a shirt myself and everything. So for the actual concert, and kind of treat it like a gig, because at the end of the day you are a performer, and it's nice to try and be on top form. Don't bloody be on the drink all day and then get up drunk in the comfort of your own home and think that you can sing a gig. I suppose just treat it like a gig. I don't drink before my gigs. I might occasionally have a drink during or maybe after, but I still try and treat it as much like a gig as I can. So that's another thing that I do. And then I suppose the last thing, really, it's fairly simple, is sound. So this is my kitchen sitting room, and I know that it can be a fairly echoey place, and sounds bounce all around the place. I've got a tiled floor in here, and I've got a very, very easy way of just excluding the mad echo sound in the actual devices by just putting a rug or a mat on the ground while I'm playing. It really dampens the sound of the room, and it gives a nicer sound, I think, anyway. So that's really what I do, and that's how I do it. And if there's any questions or comments, you can get in touch with me through email or Facebook or Instagram or YouTube, and do come along and say hello. I'd love to talk to you more about it if you want in more detail down the road. So I'm Daoirí Farrell, and that is how I stream live across 3 different social media platforms for my online concerts at 10 p.m. on Sundays, as long as COVID-19 is around. Thank you very much, and see you again. So long.